Hello, magic beings. Let's chat about the Jupiter transit. So Jupiter had his transit in Pisces, and since 10th of May 2022, it ingressed Aries and started its transit in Aries. And it will be there until the 16th of May, so more or less a year. But during its transit in Aries, it's going to go retrograde. Jupiter goes retrograde more or less 4 months. And during its retrograde, the effect is that it's going to go back into Pisces, and it's actually doing this retrograde. So Jupiter is retrograde July 28th till November 23rd. So very recently, Jupiter redirected itself, like came back direct. And it's been back in Pisces since October 28th, and it will be back in Aries December 20. So that's many like back and forth and retrograde, and it can be a bit confusing. And maybe that's how you're feeling now. So that was a retrograde effect just in numbers. So first, Jupiter went back into Pisces at the beginning of Scorpio season, and then it went back direct at the end of Scorpio season, more or less. So that's a grand finale of the Scorpio season. This Scorpio season has been so many things, and you might still slowly emerging from it, and it's okay. I am feeling it too. So you might feel that very strongly in your body, being tired. Maybe you have very sensitive head, tired, maybe pains as well. It's okay if you're caring for yourself and you're in a healthy body. Please do not panic. I'm living it too, and I know we are many feeling these physical effects. There's new energy coming in. The body has to recalibrate. We're embodying very strong energies more and more, especially the ones that are very sensitive. It feels stronger because we're very sensitive. I have all the dates here. I'm trying to keep a clear line so you can follow me. So it's great with Jupiter. Jupiter is this vibe of growth and expansion. And it's great because during its transit, it's going to have this retrograde, and we're going to go back in the sign before where it transited. Jupiter is like the master teacher. It's like, okay, we went through this lesson and now we passed into the next level. But during this next level, we're going to bring you back to what happened before in the lesson you learned, to see if you to really go into more details, to really strengthen what you learned from this lesson, because it's about growth here. So Jupiter is really guiding us to grow, to really go forward, to expand ourselves. You know, I always feel I feel Jupiter with the power, you know, this like energetic powers that you have, and you feel it like strengthening, and ooh, I feel myself like Jupiter, like I bring myself in Jupiter, and I'm like, okay, I'm expanding, but some other moment I need to relearn the lessons about how I hold my power, how I allow myself to expand with my own power, because power expansion is great, but you need to hold it. We're not only like a source of energy, we're also a physical human body that needs to embody all this energy and this power. So Jupiter is now in Pisces, and I feel that it might cause for some of you, us, going back into what happened before. And it can be very emotional. We can also face some illusions, because Pisces is the realm of just feeling everything. For me, Pisces is the ocean of sensitivity. It's being ocean of consciousness, being everywhere at once. This feeling, I feel it all in me. But Pisces also has to do with illusions and dreams. And actually now Neptune is transiting in Pisces. So this Piscean energy is extremely heightened now. It's beautiful. For some of us that have a strong Pisces in us, and for everyone else as well, but everyone can live it in a different way. And that's why I'm making this video. To tell you that everything is okay, and you're transiting, and you are in the process, and trust your process. If you're feeling extremely tired, rest. And please don't judge your tiredness. Don't judge the fact that your body feels in pain or feels like heavy, tired. I'm just going to stay with the word tired, like rest. Allow yourself to rest and don't try with your thoughts to control your tiredness and to tell yourself this is not right to be tired. I've been tired enough. Why am I tired? Why? Let's stop judging our physicality. It's going through its own transit and process, and accept how your body is evolving. Because even if it might feel tired now, but if it doesn't feel tired, I'm taking the tiredness because I know it's something very strong now for some of us. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm cleansing a lot of things too. Pisces is a lot about cleansing. So I might not be the only one into cleansing physically too. Pisces energy is very smooth, very flowy. It can be very dreamy as well. But dreamy doesn't mean it's not grounded. We can be extremely grounded and very dreamy. It's just the head is going forward. It's expanding. I'm taking Jupiter here in Pisces, but the body is moving very slow. And thanks to this slowliness, we can access the dreaminess as well. Imagine growth, a ball of fire in the ocean. So it might not create a full explosion of fire because it's surrounded by water. But its strength is going to strengthen. It's going to be so powerful in its strength because it maintains itself strong and burning, maintaining this fire in the water. I like seeing it with elements. So how do I maintain my power when it feels like everything around wants to just pour water on me? And also, how do we understand power? So it's a Scorpion talk coming here. Scorpio is a lot about power, but I see growth as power as well, because when we grow, we're expanding our power. So how can I maintain my power? How can I hold my power? Because when we're extra sensitive as well, the power when it's growing, when I mean extra sensitive, it's also everyone that is on a healing journey, a spiritual journey, and a transformational journey, because you're expanding your own self-awareness, so you're becoming more sensitive. Simply, you're seeing more things, you're feeling more things. So how can we hold this power when this power is showing us so much that maybe we don't want to see, maybe we don't want to feel? So that's part of the process. And Jupiter is here to show us that, to face us. The Jupiter back in Pisces, it's like the master telling you, okay, let's go back to the situations from before and see how now you're handling them. You learn, you say you learned, okay, so now show me that you learn. How are you going to act now? Acting, thinking. How are you going to think about the situation now that you've learned the lesson? And actually, to learn the lesson, the life is bringing us back. Well, it feels like back, it's forward. It's bringing us in a situation that feels similar, but it's totally new, because obviously we're not back in the past. And we're back in this situation that feels totally similar. And we're like, okay, now you learn, you had the lesson, you did the work. Okay, show us. How do you integrate that in the situation now? How do you act new? how you are your new expanded self in this situation. And acting, again, is not only how you move physically, it's how you think. Really thinking. Because sometimes the heaviness we feel in our body is actually created by the thoughts. If you shift your thinking, you might feel suddenly lighter in your body. It's very magical. It doesn't mean that you can shift your tiredness with your think, with your thoughts. If the body is tired, the body is tired. But you can feel very light in your tiredness. Like you can feel very light in your depression. Because here, Jupiter was finishing his retrograde in Pisces during as well the Scorpio season. So that's a lot of feeling and emotion and growth and power. It's like taking the time to learn how we can deal with this new sensitivity, this new awareness that we're constantly gaining when we're on the path, when we're in life. Accepting as well that this sensitivity or this awareness is not something to be like, to have a weight on. It can feel a lot, but if you feel what you feel, it means you're able to feel it and to deal with it. And that's where life is bringing you in those situations to face you again with maybe what was draining you in the past, or what was annoying, whatever, what is your way of dealing with things. It could have been annoying, it could have been extremely painful, it could have been, I don't know what exactly. But you have those situations, it's been intense, and you learn from them. And now, okay, suddenly you find yourself in situations that feels the same, but it's not. That's why you need to shift. They seem similar, but they are not, because you're going forward, because you have changed, because you're evolving, because everything is constantly evolving. So now you're in this situation with a new awareness, with a new consciousness, with an expanded power. How do you act with this new power? How do you act with this new consciousness? How do you really embody your growth? Yeah. That was a Jupiter talk. So until the 20th of December, Jupiter will be in Pisces and then back in Aries. So Jupiter in Aries, wow, fire. Because Aries is a very fiery energy as well, and Jupiter is into growth. So growth and fire go with each other. You know, you consume, you nourish yourself. I invite you to watch my video about Mars retrograde, because I'm talking as well about how we nourish our fire. And yeah, no matter what's happening with you, please don't panic. You know, the new sensitivity you're gaining, the new awareness you're gaining is part of the process. And your power is here, is within you. And there's not too much for you to deal with. Everything that's happening, you're able to deal with. It's simply how you decide to deal with things. And that's where the lessons are. How can I deal with the things the best for me and everyone around? Whoa. Please do not judge yourself. Do not fall into the duality of right and wrong and bad and good and I don't have time and this is too slow and this is too fast and this is not enough. Don't go into that. Celebrate yourself for who you are. You're extraordinary the way you are. Embrace that and go with it. And live your life. Experience it. It's unique. You're unique. And everything is just happening the way it is. I wish you to have a beautiful moment with yourself. And we chat soon. Ciao.